Hello, everyone. This is a tribute to the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King. I think that a young Dr. Martin Luther King in the 1950s could identify with the experience of international students. Why do I say that? At age 19, Dr. King left the familiar surroundings of Atlanta, Georgia, where he grew up and went to college. He went to Morehouse College, where many people looked like him and had a similar background. It was a historically Black college. He left there and went to Pennsylvania, to CROZER Theological Seminary, where he earned a BA in divinity. After that, he came here to Boston University to study for a doctorate in systemic theology. He finished in 4 years and graduated in 1955. Dr. King became a minister and a civil rights leader who modeled his belief in the nonviolent pursuit of equality, justice, and freedom for all. Dr. King was a servant leader who didn't expect other people to just do what he said do. Dr. King bravely marched down streets, locked arm in arm with people who were suffering. They faced danger together. Dr. King was harshly criticized by white and Black people. He was beaten and jailed 29 times, but convinced of his mission, he marched on in word and actions. Dr. King said, "If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But whatever you do, keep moving forward." And at the March on Washington on August 28th in 1963, he concluded his speech as such. "I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, every hill and mountain shall be made low. The rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight. And the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together." This is our hope. This is the faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day when all God's children will be able to sing with new meaning, "My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring." And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. So let freedom ring from the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire. Let freedom ring from the mighty mountains of New York. Let freedom ring from the heightening Alleghenies of Pennsylvania. Let freedom ring from the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado. Let freedom ring from the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi, from every mountainside. Let freedom ring. When we let freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we're free at last. I like to contrast Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech with his final speech, I've Been to the Mountaintop, which he gave on April 3rd, 1968 in Memphis, Tennessee, the day before he died. This is the conclusion of that speech. It really doesn't matter what happens now. I left Atlanta this morning, and as we got started on the plane, there were 6 of us. The pilot said over the public address system, "We are sorry for the delay." But we have Dr. Martin Luther King on the plane, and to be sure that all the bags were checked, and to be sure that nothing would be wrong on the plane, we had to check out everything carefully. And we've had the plane protected and guarded all night. And then I got into Memphis, and some began to say the threats or talk about the threats that were out there about me. Well, I don't know what will happen now. We've got some difficult days ahead, but it really doesn't matter with me now because I've been to the mountaintop and I don't mind. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place, but I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. For mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.